are listening to the Chartographers.
I mean, I feel like I'd want to say more about this.
Guys, welcome to the Minisode podcast, where we're adding additional thoughts onto what we just discussed.
J.C. still feels the need to defend the information, so
No,
we're
I'm not
back
sure-
for a mini
I'm not
episode.
sure if you remember on the previous podcast, but we had an epic moment of we're having a debate between Mellow Gold and the information, fighting each other to the death, and all of a sudden, just like, oh man, we have all these disagreements and fights. Jon Harvey, tell me a little bit more about Mellow Gold. And everyone's like, but JC's like, guys, I have a lot of thoughts on the information. Like, okay, JC, here's your moment to shine.
And so we turned off the mic, and then we got back to talking more about the information, so now the mic's back on.
This is what was cut. This is like the Nixon tapes, okay? This is what was missing from JC's thoughts.
And when Beck saying asshole, he was talking about you two.
So JC, tell us about the information.
How can I even say anything now? Listen, it's got a lot of great underrated songs, and I think maybe not the most sonically ambitious, but conceptually ambitious record he might have made. I think it's criminally underrated.
To me, it feels like Beck's King of Limbs.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, let's go through the track list real quick.
You want to play? Let's play snippets. Do snippets.
I have no idea how the legality of that is right now, so we'll fit it in. Usually, I can fit in like
Strange Apparition, that's a
taking
great
break or
song.
something. Yeah, Strange Apparition is Strange Apparition. We should also probably, since it's a mini-sode and we don't care, we should probably do our best vocal imitation of Beck as well.
Dude, we did a pretty sweet Deborah at the end.
I was very impressed by our falsettos on that. That was fantastic.
Dude, I sing that in the car all the time. I was with my friend Tommy. J.C. knows him, and he's like, dude, no, how can a guy sing like that? No guy should do that. So I just started hitting that falsetto just to make him really uncomfortable. I wanna get with you, only you, girl, and your sister. I think her name's Deborah.
I can't hit that high note. Yeah, that's harder for me. I would have killed.
I can do it.
I heard he did a tour for Midnight Vultures. How awesome would that have been to see?
Been amazing.
Side note.
If you wanna see the best Midnight Vultures live stuff of Beck, check out Live at Budokan. When he does Deborah, at the end there's a massive red bed that descends from the top of the stage, and all the band that isn't the drummer all hop in bed, all get in this giant satin bed for like the slowdown, like the lady.
Alright, guys, best random single that he put out that's not on any album.
Ooh.
I know mine. Well, off the top of my head, I'm debating.
It won't be long.
It won't be long. Everybody's Gotta Learn Sometimes, the cover for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Ooh, yeah.
How
Also,
about the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack?
yeah, almost he had amazing. Not hit. Honestly, his song didn't hit me as much. Here's the thing about the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack, though. He was given, because he wrote the songs for Sex Bomb on there, and he was given the direction of like, and basically he wanted to make songs that you weren't sure if they were amazing or shitty. And honestly, when you think about that, it's perfect.
Yes.
He wrote songs that are just perfectly in the middle of not like too good, not bad, but like weird in the middle. I kind of love that. Side note, in the first Battle of the Bands on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, there's this heavy rock group.
I know.
Yeah. Who wrote their songs?
Who
JC.
wrote that one, or who plays the band?
Who wrote? No,
the
not
rock
who's
band?
in the band, because in the first Battle of the Bands that they have.
Well, who's the actor? Because it's.
Not,
I don't think they write it.
Not even that. No,
Not even
because
that? Okay.
It was somebody who's not in the movie. who wrote
so sad, and then they have that other
So
song.
it's not Broken Social Scene?
It is Broken.
Oh no, I thought that was just
okay,
the actor.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So, but it's weird.
Kevin
that-
Drew,
I did not
Kevin
know
Drew
that.
plays. He's the one that says the opening lines right before.
Oh, that's Kevin.
Was it Kevin Drew?
I don't. That looked like Brendan Canning. I mean, only because Kevin Drew. I'm not sure if you know this. This has nothing to do with Beck, by the way. Sorry, Minisode listeners. Kevin Drew's like my buddy. Do you realize that? I have interviewed him on 4 separate occasions. And the second time I interviewed him, he was just like, yeah, I remember you. I remember your voice. I'm like, oh, cool. And then, like, the third time I interview him, I ask him a question about the 10-year anniversary of Arts and Crafts. I ask him about the band, Most Serene Republic, which were let go from the label or left the label or something there a little bit ago. He's like, yeah, cool. I want to talk about the label. And I ask him about this, like, God, why do you have to hit me with that thing, like, right off the bat? Like, he was just, like, open and confessional. It was, like, really sweet. And so we have a broship. So
Nice.
we have I don't have many broships with major rock stars, but
Guys, I'd like to introduce you to special guest Kevin Drew. Everybody.
Oh my God! Hey, hi Kevin Drew. I was in a band once. I banged Feist. All right, cool. Thanks, Kevin.
Not too shabby.
FYI. 1, 2, 3, 4 pumps and I will do you more. So yeah, guys, do we have anything else to say about Beck? This is a very meandering minisode. This is like happy hour mini episode.
Was there anything we
I remember
forgot?
I wanted to ask if we wanted to rank best openers, and I couldn't even answer that.
Yeah. Also,
that would be
Dreams,
fun.
by the way, that song. Side note, J.C. hates Taylor Swift, and on her tour that she did for 1989.
I just hate, I hate everything but the information.
But she always brought out a guest on tour, and one time she brought out Beck doing the song Dreams with St. Vincent on guitar.
Which is also the first time
Her song Dreams or the Fleetwood Mac song?
No, the Beck,
Beck
song
song
Dreams.
Oh, the Beck song
Dreams,
Which was also another random aspect. First time Annie Clark debuted her signature Ernie Ball guitar was at the Taylor Swift show with Beck.
She's such a good guitarist. Yeah. What else do you have to say, JC?
How about
Clap hands, by the way.
Beck in the future? What do you guys think's coming next from Beck? What do you think Beck's gonna ever,
I don't know. I was kind of hoping. I'm very curious to see what. I was hoping for more songs aligned of what he was working on before he did Morning Phase.
I agree completely.
Because I think that was the logical step, very logical step from Modern Guilt.
Yeah, because here's the thing, because a lot of rock stars, a lot of musicians, they eventually, after they've been in the game long enough and are successful enough, they kind of become craftsmen. They stop becoming songwriters and just become craftsmen, where it's like so easy to just roll off these songs that are fine, but still sound kind of similar-ish. Like, I feel like the Prince turned into a craftsman at one point. I feel like Bruce Springsteen is definitely a craftsman. Beck has never been there. I feel like he is constantly putting enough new challenges in his way that everything at least is interesting. Even if we put Morning Phase at number 11, I still feel like that drive, that gumption is like...
Do you think we'll ever find a Beck vault? Like the Prince vaults? Or do you think like most of those came out with one feather
Did you
in the
read
hat?
that story that they actually had to physically drill into it? And a lot of people were like, oh, it was like an actual vault.
Yeah,
Like,
Prince.
Prince was the only one with the combination.
yeah.
Yeah. Because he's Prince.
I don't know anything about
Present
the rest of his
sense.
family. Are they Joe Jackson-y or are they?
I think they're all fighting right now. They're all
Okay.
fighting to see who gets the estate. The judge had ordered a paternity test. This is all very relevant to the time when we recorded this podcast. And clearly, when you, listener, have listened to this podcast, it's the year 2097. And Prince has been elected God of the universe.
No, I know Beck released "Feather in Your Hat," which had some of those B-sides from Midnight Vultures and Odelay. But I want to know if there's like a vault of like Odelay material that like still has.
Remember they actually put out the deluxe legacy edition of Odelay a couple years back,
which I guess he didn't want.
Well, and there was a controversy though because the lyrics that they included in the Legacy Edition for the booklet were incorrect. Why were they incorrect? This is real. Look this up. Because the label, instead of asking Beck for copies of the lyrics, went to an online lyrics site and copied them and put them in there. That is exactly what happened. That is legitimately actually what happened, which is amazing. So you saying that he didn't want to be involved with that makes sense to me.
I know it's in the Beck vault.
You know.
Song reader.
Yeah. I have not heard a single good version of Song Reader, by the way. I've been searching YouTube, scouring for all the people doing covers of like all the songs. I haven't heard a single good one that is appealing.
It was an interesting concept. I just feel like I feel like it's just very over reliant on people's music. You're talking about like the Pro Tools, like Logic, Ableton era of independent musicians. It's very the people that would appeal to. I feel like
Beck kind of sold himself short a little bit in that.
great concept. It's really overestimating your fan base.
Yeah, hey, he tried. That's all that matters. All right, cool. I think, anything else you want to say about Beck? Any final thoughts, closing moments? Worst Beck song?
I'm in Beck's fault.
Sort of the Scientologists.
Yeah, I know. Side note, he is the coolest Scientologist out of anyone because he does not flaunt that shit.
No, like especially when you read in all the interviews, he's like always like, I don't know, like I just see all these good stuff. I feel like, I mean, like people. I feel like people are like really shitty about that sometimes. Like, oh, I can't believe so and so's a Scientologist.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like I can't believe Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. You think they honestly let him see that shit? Like, do you honestly think anybody in Scientology would let him see Going Clear? Like, I imagine while he probably knows. Like, can you imagine?
Side note, Going Clear. That is Tom Cruise's best role in like 10 years. I thought he was fantastic in that. That is. I just hope they did like a behind the scenes documentary or something on it because that was like it looked real. It was so good.
Which brings our next up, David Miscavige.
Actually, guys, we have our very special guest. No one knows she's here, including David Miscavige. David Miscavige's wife, right here. How are you doing, David Miscavige?
Hello, Evan.
Would you like a poppy seed muffin?
This is David Miscavige Doubtfire Smith.
David Miscavige, are you wearing a wig again? Take off.
Fade.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We're done. Goodbye.